You just caught me in the middle of reading A Farewell to Arms. This week on Top 5, we pick the top 5 best actors of our generation. Quite exquisite, yes.
Hello everybody and welcome back to High5, where we pick our top 5 picks from whatever category. This episode specifically, we're doing our favorite actors. And we want to clarify that this is not best technical actors. This is more actors that we are always excited when they show up in something.
Yes, yeah. And when we see them, it's like, yo, they're in it? They've signed on? Hell yes. But keep in mind, this was not easy.
No, this is so far the hardest one. We were in double digits of people before we had to.
Yeah, we really had to cut people out, and we cheated some.
Yeah,
so there might be more than 5 on yours.
Definitely.
I was able to painstakingly narrow it down to 5.
It doesn't feel good. Before we started rolling, I just had a small existential crisis about having to kick someone off and put someone else on real quick.
It was not good. You cried. Hard. It's gonna be all right.
I tried to get some jewels.
I saw that.
I was too dry.
Trying to get the
Action Jackson can't cry.
Action Jackson can't cry.
Why don't you go ahead and give us your first entry into the list?
There's no ranking here for me. First time. There's no ranking. It's just my top 5.
The only one I have ranked is my number 1, and that's it. Everything else can go in any order.
You see, I'm sitting here struggling to pick, who do I start with? Because they're all so good. All right, so I think I'll probably get a lot of flack for this one. I know.
Fuck Tom Cruise.
Yeah, see, I love Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise.
I knew who it was gonna be as soon as he said he might get.
The reason why I love Tom Cruise so much, I will admit, there are some movies where he's just Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
But then there are other movies that he's in where he stands out, and he is not Tom Cruise anymore.
And as much shit as I give Tom Cruise, some of his earlier stuff is definitely he's playing different characters, and he can absolutely play different characters. But I think I got just overload too much. Too much of him being generic white hero man. Mm-hmm. But you're talking about playing different characters, Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, right.
Or Interview with a Vampire, Lestrade, or...
Yeah, he was a super... Have you ever seen Collateral with Jamie Foxx?
That was a good one. That was good. He's a fucking badass.
That to me is one of my favorite Tom Cruise roles right there, is him in Collateral. But,
so he absolutely can. It's just he's been franchised, and there will be someone on my list that meets those same problems that I'm sure we'll talk about.
Okay. One of the reasons I love Tom Cruise is Mission Impossible. No, I'm just kidding. He does all of his own stunts.
True.
And his dedication to film it's incredible. But he does get a point taken away for being a Scientologist. But
true.
We're talking about acting, not religion here.
Right.
So
purely based on what is on the film.
Yep.
And I think he does get a lot of props for it, but he doesn't get enough props for being the second greatest actor stuntman of all time.
Yeah. Because, so have you seen Mission Impossible Fallout?
No.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I haven't seen a Mission Impossible since 2 or 3.
Okay. For 1, 3 was okay.
Yeah.
4 was really good. 5 was okay. Bit of a letdown. And 6 is hands down the best one. They'll never top it. So there's a stunt where he jumps from one skyscraper to another. And in real life, when he jumped, he grabbed the ledge, but he hit his foot first and broke his ankle. And he knew that they were rolling, so he climbed up and just gimped out of frame and then collapsed.
Didn't he crack a rib or something on that too? Because I feel like I've seen that clip where he lands like that, right? Right up here.
He probably did bruise something here, but I know he broke his ankle.
Yeah.
And he kept going. You can see when you watch the movie, if you watched it happen, the actual footage of him breaking it, you can see him gimping towards the camera.
So that's the
they
take
use
they
the
use.
shot
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah.
They'd love to do that in movies because Viggo Mortensen kicks a helmet in Two
and
Towers
they
and
used
breaks
it
his
and
toe.
breaks his toe,
Yeah.
and that scream is not from.
Nope.
It's
Or
the actual pain.
Or I don't know if he's on your list, so I'll save it until later.
Okay.
But it involves Django Unchained, a very specific scene with blood.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not on my list anymore, but he
Then
sure
we will
was.
talk about it because Leonardo DiCaprio
Yep.
smashing that glass and cutting his hand and then
he-
using it like.
Did he really wipe the blood on that girl's face? He
think
really
so.
did
I think
that.
so.
If I was her, I'd been like, "What did you give me? You're Leonardo DiCaprio. What did you give me?"
A fucking career.
Yeah.
So my first entrance into my list here was a toughie. Because initially I had my boy Ernie Hudson, who deserves a shout out for Ghostbusters and The Crow and Congo and multiple other
I don't
movies.
even remember him in Crow.
He's the cop that
Okay.
he's working with.
Okay.
But I had to bump him off for someone a bit more current because I do still get excited anytime I see him. He popped up. He was Gus's dad in Psych. But it's just really sporadic stuff versus the person I replaced him with is showing up in stuff a lot now. And it's always good, and I always like him. And it's Michael B. Jordan. He was awesome in Creed. He was the only good part about Fantastic Four, or Fan Four Stick, I guess.
Fan Four Stick.
He's awesome as Killmonger. Everything he shows up in, he's always been good. He was fucking even good in Hardball when he was like,
I don't know what that is.
it's Keanu Reeves movie from like 1999 where he goes with like inner city little league team, and Michael B. Jordan plays a kid that's like too old to play, but they doctored his thing, and then he becomes a gang member, and it's a whole deal. But he was even good in that. That's the point. He's always been good. And I know you didn't like, Killmonger that much.
I just didn't like Black Panther.
But did
in
you
general.
watch Creed?
I've never. No, I don't. Sorry, dude. Once you left Rocky 1, I was like, fuck off.
Dude, Creed is so good.
It's about boxing. Couldn't care.
It's not though. Like they do
mean-
box in it, but so
Yeah, but I don't want to see Rambo revamped with somebody else though. It's like a pseudo sequel.
so he's playing the son of Apollo Creed, right?
Yeah, I know that.
Who was also for a little bit.
Killed.
Yeah, Drago kills him. He was also kind of on that list because Carl Weathers is awesome too.
Yeah, especially in Predator. Yeah.
Right. Mortal Kombat, he was great.
And yeah. Best skin.
But so he grows up having like almost nothing to do with that, never knowing his dad because he's like really young when his dad dies, and he hates, like, he's always like, it's a weird dichotomy of he's good at boxing, he wants to be a boxer, but he wants nothing to do with his dad. Like, he doesn't even take the same name of Creed.
Really?
And then
Is he like ashamed of him?
I think he's just angry that he
died.
Right, he had no dad growing up. And so eventually, due to circumstances, he gets in contact with Rocky because he finds out he's in the area, and they meet up, and he's like, doesn't even tell him who he is at first. And then eventually he drops the like, yeah, I'm Apollo's kid or whatever. And eventually Rocky then agrees to train him because Rocky's like, I don't do that. I don't do that anymore.
It's not what I do anymore, kid. It's just not what I do anymore.
And then
kid.
Rocky gets
Kid, it's not what I
fucking
do anymore.
cancer.
He gets cancer?
Correct. And so like he's yelling at
Kinda seen that
Adonis. His name's
scene, yeah.
Adonis.
Adonis?
Adonis Creed. He's yelling at him about it because he's like feeling bad about himself, and he's like trying to push him away so he doesn't have to lose his dad again via Rocky.
Oh.
And it's like all this shit's going on, and then they get to the fight. And this is where the Goosebumps moment happens, because the whole movie they never use the song once until like halfway through the fight, and all of a sudden dun 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 dun, and he makes the comeback, and I was like, yeah, yeah! Oh, it was so good. And like, I'm pretty sure Ryan Coogler is the guy who directed it, who then went on to do Black Panther. So
really?
Visually everything looks great, and like the fight is like, it looks like you're in the ring with an actual fight going on, the way like, the old Rockies is, where he's just like, go ahead, hit me, Ivan. And Ivan like cracked his wrist, and he's like, maybe don't do that.
Maybe don't do that.
So Michael B. Jordan will always be someone that I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll go see this movie. He's
right. Did you see Creed 2?
Not yet, but I want to.
Okay.
Yep.
I have no idea what that one's about either. but I've heard
they
it's
kind of do the Rocky Ivan Drago rematch. I think it's Drago's
Okay.
kid now versus Adonis. Right. So that's
why it makes me hard to
yeah.
stand behind it, because it's like
Yeah.
it's their children following their parents' legacy
Yeah.
equally well. Like,
But if it's all the same people that made the first one, I know it should be good. So it's whatever. Who's your next choice?
just as long as people who love the franchise are making it. I would definitely. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. So he's definitely underrated, and there was a movie that he was in, if you can guess it, this will be a big giveaway, but he was the main bad guy in the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Oh, Colin.
Yeah, Colin Farrell, my
Yeah.
boy. Colin Farrell! Yeah, him, right? When they found out it was Johnny Depp who was actually disguised, or Colin Farrell.
Grindelwald.
Grindelwald disguised as Colin Farrell, who's actually Johnny Depp. People were pissed.
Yeah.
People were like, we want Colin Farrell.
That's not why they were pissed.
Why were they pissed?
They were pissed because at the time, and potentially, I think it's changed now because more information has come to light, dude.
About
Johnny Depp had alleged assault.
Well,
and
I've been keeping track of that, and now it's just a he said, she said
Right,
thing now.
and
That's
now
what it's turned into.
Well, now see, fuck Amber Heard is what I'm saying. It's a whole situation for a different time, but I think
I'm not picking sides.
More
I wasn't
people
there.
They were more upset with the fact that he was getting this big money role when they're like, he's a piece of shit.
Right. Okay.
Versus we love Colin Farrell, which they should because he is awesome.
Well, because I talked to my cousin Taylor, and that's why she was upset. Is because she wanted it. She's like, okay, fine, Colin Farrell doesn't have to be the bad guy, but at least have him in the movie. Mm-hmm. She at least wants him in the next one, because he took disguise as this other guy, and we could have this other guy be a good. Colin Farrell could be a good guy now, and upset, But the reason why I love Colin Farrell so much is because he's such a freaking talented, underrated actor. Like, have you ever seen Phone Booth?
No.
Have you ever seen Fright Night?
No.
Have you ever seen the remake of Total Recall?
No.
He's good in all of those.
You know what I have seen? Daredevil.
Yeah. As awful as that movie was, he was good as Bullseye, too. Like,
I wouldn't go that far, but he was entertaining. But I have seen him in Bruges, which he's super good in.
He's good in Bruges,
and I've seen him in Horrible Bosses, which he's hilarious in.
He's such a dick, man.
He's definitely one of those people that I wouldn't say that I'm like, oh, Colin Farrell's in this, I'm gonna go see it. But when he shows up, I'm like, hey, nice, I like Colin Farrell.
Right? Yeah. Usually, anytime Colin Farrell's like the main character, I'm just like, sign me up. Mm-hmm.
He definitely does have. His movies are hit and miss, but I think he has a really good ability to know when he's in a bad movie like Daredevil and be like, all right, it's a cartoon, fuck it. Let's go
I'm rolling with it.
So he then makes it at least fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree.
And have you ever seen the one episode of Scrubs that he's in?
No.
Yeah, he's in an episode of Scrubs, right? And all the female characters fucking swoon over him. And there's one part where Carla's all Carla and Colin Farrell are on a counter, and they're sitting there talking, and they're starting to get real kissy almost. And Turk is like, "Baby!" What? And she's like, "What?" He said, "My hair is curly." And he's like, "Your hair is curly, love." And she's like, he's getting taken back over by him.
Does it end with him being gay though?
No,
not at all. Should have the whole time. Everyone's hitting on him, and then he goes and hits on JD or something.
Yeah. Oh man.
But what was he? He's not in Troy. He's in
Alexander, and he was good in that too. Yeah. But that was a terrible movie.
Exactly. That was another one I was gonna say. Didn't hear good things other than him.
He knew it was a bad movie, but he still put in his all. He even had to do a little gay scene with Jared Leto. Jared
Leto's in that?
Yeah. Him and Jared kind of do some stuff together there.
Up until he played the Joker, Jared Leto might have been on my list.
I liked his version of the Joker. You can't
it's more
compare.
It's more of him as a person learning
how he did it.
And now I just can't see him being not a something happened after he won that Oscar where he just oozes
Oscar
douche.
For what?
Dallas
Buyers Club. Yeah. That's right, for playing that.
And I was so psyched. I was like, my boy Jared Leto. But then 30 Seconds to Mars albums got real shitty.
Yeah, they did.
And then his acting choices, his method acting choices, got real shitty.
Yeah. I don't know, man. And then like he's just kind of weird in general. Like I saw an interview with him and Emilia Clarke, and he's like, he's not like creepy by any means, but he's just like, "Hi, how are you?"
You can tell he's like out there.
Yeah, and he's like, "Your eyes are really beautiful" and stuff. Like that's cool and all. You can tell a girl her eyes are beautiful, but like he's just you can tell he's on a different level now than he used to be.
Definitely, I think he's probably always been full of himself, but now he seems
probably
very
really full of himself.
I'm an auteur.
Yeah, I'm an auteur.
I'm glad you brought up Grindelwald, though, because my next entry is Johnny Depp.
Yep.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp is good.
The Deppster.
You can't say he's bad.
I can now, but this is definitely more of a pick from my younger self.
Yep. Pirates of the Caribbean era.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Well, before that even. So I'm thinking Edward Scissorhands for sure. Mm-hmm. Ed Wood, I really liked him in. He plays the guy that he plays Ed Wood that made Planet 9 from outer space, and so it's like a biography movie basically.
Okay.
He was good in Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow was good, yes, and he was good in that. That's like one of his more normal kind of people roles.
From Hell. You ever see From Hell?
From Hell, no.
He's good in that one. Secret Window. Yeah. Good in that one.
Freaking What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Good in that one.
Good in that one.
So he had such a long stretch of being great, and then something happened. Oh, like with Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Yeah. I never saw that one.
Ooh, he plays an FBI agent who loses his eyes at some point. It's a Robert Rodriguez movie. Super good.
Okay.
But then after Pirates of the Caribbean, that's where it kind of the burnout started. He's always Jack Sparrow.
Every actor kind of hits that point.
Yep, and that's what I was referring to when we were talking about Tom Cruise earlier.
Yeah,
he got franchised.
He's just too. Yeah, he's almost. You get to this weird point of popularity where you just kind of become not necessarily a washout, but like a.
And I don't want to say sellout either.
Or I don't want to say cliche, but you just
caricature of himself.
Yeah, just kind of become.
Because now it's like he's always like he picked quirky roles and interesting roles, but now he's just playing quirky characters who aren't interesting.
Yeah,
like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or the one where he's a vampire, the old '60s sitcom.
Shadows or Into the Shadows or something. Whatever, Shadows. Yeah, it's got shadows in the name, guys.
You know the one. You probably didn't see it because no one did.
Yeah, no.
But then he showed up in Tusk. And played
I never saw Tusk.
He plays like a French detective, and it's like at first it's even hard to tell it's him, and it's just super goofy. And I was like, okay, I kind of
remember him being a French detective. Was that Tusk?
Yeah, he plays Guy Lapont.
Guy Lapont. Yeah, okay.
But so he's still got it in him, but then he I don't know, he became a blockbuster actor, and it's like The Tourist with Angelina Jolie or whatever, or Transcendence, and it's like I think he needs to.
The Tourist wasn't really yeah, those are his normal roles. He's kind of going for normalcy there.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. That's the problem is he needs to stop with the big blockbuster thing. The problem is he apparently has money issues because he likes to spend his money.
Yeah, have you seen that interview where he's like, I heard they said that I spent $30,000 on wine a month, which that's absurd because it was way more.
Exactly. And like you can tell he's I think he's had a mental break at some point.
Yeah,
too.
And he's hanging out with Marilyn Manson a lot.
Well,
that cannot be good for anybody's mental health.
I think that's always been a thing, though. He's always been like in with the kind of the odder crowd of people.
Yeah.
But I think he needs to almost have like a RDJ moment where he like just fades away from the spotlight, comes back, do some more independent movies, and like I feel like he's kind of lost. I can't speak for the man, obviously, but. To me, I feel like he's lost kind of the love that he had for it, and now it's a job.
Yeah, you know what? I think I was hearing someone say that kind of similar thing because he doesn't even want to. He's not doing Pirates anymore,
which he shouldn't.
No, and they're trying to go on without him.
Yep.
And
which they shouldn't either.
Yeah, no.
Just let it die.
Yeah, and they were kind of saying the same thing. I can't remember. It was an interview with someone that it's. I think he said that it's not about the love of it's just a job, and it's just how can I get this much money to
pay the bills and to afford his lifestyle and everything.
Yeah.
Who do you got next on yours?
Oh, I do want to say one more thing about Johnny Depp, which is really cool that no actor has ever done. He dressed up as Captain Jack Sparrow and went to Disneyland and messed with people.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone there was like, this guy impersonating Captain Sparrow sucks.
He said that he said there was like a ride where a boat comes by and the boat came by, and he was sitting there standing still, but he was watching them with his eyes, and he went, "Roll!" up? And someone was like, yay. Yeah. Because they had no idea it was him.
They're just like, this jerk off.
Yeah, who's this guy? Okay, so my next one. So I've been in love with this guy ever since I saw him as a kid in 80s movies. The first movie I think I've ever seen him in was Big Trouble in Little China.
Kurt fucking Russell.
Kurt fucking Russell, man. I think he is just so cool, and he is so badass in everything he does.
And he didn't lose it getting older either.
No, he was seriously
as ego.
And yeah, I was just about to bring him up and be like, honestly, he was one of the best Marvel villains I've seen in a while.
Yeah, and I think it's because you want to like him so much. Is the problem.
Yeah, you want to like him so much, but he's a dick at the same time. He's like, I found it disappointing. Like he sells that line so well,
and he's in so many iconic roles too.
He really is.
Escape from New York, The Thing.
Yep.
To me personally, Stuntman Mike. I fucking love Stuntman Mike.
I've never heard of that. I'm gonna have to watch it.
It's Grindhouse.
Yeah. He was good in that, even though I hated that fucking movie. But yeah, he was good in it too.
Every time he's on screen, it's just like,
yeah,
just drawing me in. He's like, well, babe, the thing about this car, you only really get the benefits if you're in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
Shreds her.
The check is in the mail. I love how he talks, too.
He's got like a
it's all in the reflexes.
He's got like a weird, like, kind of John Wayne-y
mix
about him, like old Hollywood mixed with new Hollywood.
Yeah.
I don't know. He just oozes cool.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Tango and Cash?
I have not.
Dude, it's got Sylvester Stallone in it. I did not know this movie existed till like 6 months ago. I watched it. Fucking loved it. It was great. Had all your fucking cheesy one-liners, you know. It's from 89, so we're on the verge of greatness in decades of movie era. But, like, man, he was good in that one, too.
Sky High.
Sky High was a great movie.
Like, he's good in that, too.
Good in that, too.
God damn. What a guy.
You ever heard of the movie Breakdown? Mm-mm. So in this movie, their truck... He's with Jamie Lee Curtis, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And their vehicle breaks down in the middle of the desert. And a guy in a semi comes and is like, I'll take your wife and we'll go get some gas and we'll come back. Well,
it's kind of like The Hitcher a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. And the dude takes his wife and they never come back. Mm-hmm. And so he starts walking and then he finds the guy's semi, right? And he sees his wife isn't with him. And so he crawls in under his truck and then goes home with him. And then he gets out and he's sneaking around his house looking for his wife, and he sees that he's got a wife and kid, and he finds this secret compartment in this attic of the house, and it's just filled with other people's stuff.
Shit.
Yeah, dude.
Oh shit.
And so I'm pretty sure if I remember right, he goes down and hits him over the back of the head while he's at dinner with his family and puts a rope around him and is like, where's my fucking wife? And loses his fucking cool.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What's that movie?
It's called Breakdown. It's really good. I saw it on VHS like 7-8 years ago.
Shit.
And like there's one part where he gets one dude and he's driving his really badass truck and he's got him tied up sort of, so when he slams on the brakes it chokes him. He's like, I bet this truck stops on a fucking dime. Slams on the brakes. Dude, it's so good.
And also the only actor that I know that has to have a middle name said with it, fucking. Like, anytime.
Kurt fucking, you're right, dude, it does. Kurt fucking Russell.
My next pick gets close to needing that, but he's too wholesome to have a fucking in the middle name. That's Keanu Reeves.
Yes, I wanted to put him on my list, but the only things that I think he really strives at are John Wick and Neo. And maybe
Speed, Hardball.
He was good, but I never saw Hardball.
Breakpoint or Breaking
Point Break. He was really
you.
good in that one too. I need to get that. I have that movie somewhere, but I need to find it.
And I think more than anyone else,
I am an FBI agent. Sorry,
it's just cans. More than anyone else. Fuck yeah, Bill and Ted. That's where I first, I think, would have seen him before even The Matrix. But more than anyone else, this is a pick based on the human being more than the acting. Like, I just so many great stories about his wholesomeness and how good of a person he is that when he shows up and things, I'm like, yes.
Did you know that he cannot take a compliment?
I can't either, and that's why I love him.
He's like, because there's an interview. She's like, so all your co-stars say you're really great, and he's like, that's not. No. So there's this one part when we were filming John Wick. Yeah, right? He just dodges it.
Like, dude. I don't know what to do when people are like, oh yeah, you're really good at guitar. I'm like, no. I'm
just average. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm back.
What's the weirdest compliment you've ever gotten?
Usually when I get compliments about my eyes or my hair.
Yeah.
That's where it's predominantly at, because they say I have pretty eyes and pretty hair. And it's just like, I turn red and you have pretty eyes. Hair.
I like you too.
Yeah, I can't take a compliment very well either.
When I was working at Buffalo Wild Wings, there was this, like, I was a greeter, like a host basically. Yeah. So I would take people to their table, or I would run the cashier, and there was this hostess there that was like, you have really good eyebrow shape. And I was like,
I'm looking at your eyebrows. I'm like, I don't think this motherfucker's got any.
Oh yeah, they're blonde. They have to be in the right light.
Right.
But like, I don't know. I was just like, what the
fuck? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know what, like, that by far caught me off guard more than anything else. But back to Keanu.
Yeah, back to Keanu.
And dude, how breathtaking
he does his own stunts too.
Mm-hmm.
And the motorcycle stuff, that was him.
Or how fucking good is he at shooting a gun?
Like, oh my god! Do not piss off Keanu Reeves.
No, I don't think you can. He's too zen, man.
Oh, you could piss him off. Nice guy like that. I bet there's some dark shit there.
So he has had a lot of dark shit in his life, and if you watch the Dudes Watch a Movie podcast over John Wick, Tom goes into a full diatribe about all the shit that has happened in his life that he has overcame, which makes him even better.
Yeah, and it made he kind of became stronger from it.
Yeah,
and more, instead of going, I'm just going to turn into a shitty person. I'm going to turn into a better person. And output, instead of take that negativity and output positivity.
And he's recently gotten to the point of those actors that are just themselves, but it works. Like Jack Nicholson is just kind of Jack Nicholson. Now he is Keanu. Like, he literally played himself in that Always Be My Maybe movie on Netflix.
Wake the fuck up, samurai.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Sorry, Dad. Robert Downey Jr. I think he almost fell off.
What a lovely, lovely man.
Yeah.
Who's your next choice?
We got a city to burn.
Oh, also, even when he's in a bad movie or he's doing a bad acting job, it's still super fun, like Dracula.
Yeah, or have you ever seen Devil's Advocate?
In the woods with wolves. I can't not bring it up every time. Constantine, he was good in.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Have you ever seen Devil's Advocate?
No, but he's with Pacino. He took a pay cut so he could work with Pacino in that, I know.
Did he really? Mm-hmm. You know, and did you know that he donated most of his earnings from Matrix too?
Yeah. And he bought a bunch of shit for the stunt people in that movie and the coordinators, and those are like the people that kind of made John Wick, and he attached his name to that so they could make this movie they want to make. I'm like, what a fucking good guy.
Yeah, dude. And then there was, so you know who Olivia Wilde is?
Yes.
Okay, so no, wait, totally different person. I don't know her name, but she's an African American actress. She was in Help. She was Minnie, the maid Minnie.
Yeah, I never saw it.
She's recently in this movie called Ma.
Yeah.
And she's the main antagonist in that? No.
No.
I can't remember. If I could remember her name, I almost might Google her. But, so, back when she was struggling and she was trying to get roles and shit, and, like, she said she was on her way to an audition, and her car broke down.
Yes. It's yeah, dude, Octavia Spencer.
That's the one. I don't know why I thought Olivia Wilde. That's the hot chick from House.
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, I looked like crap. I was wearing PJs, and like where I parked at my apartment, you know, birds crapped all over the car, and you know, she was like, I was broke down on the side of the highway, and this guy comes up on a motorcycle, and she said she didn't even recognize him at first. It was like, do you need any help? You know? Whoa. And she's like, yeah, I need, you know, and then she goes, we were pushing my car, or I was going to go push the car, and he was like, no, let me push it, you go steer, you know, and that's when she realized it was Keanu Reeves. God. And she was like, God, no, don't touch my car.
Good choice on the phrasing of God, no, because he may very well be God.
We're not going to say that, okay? But he is ageless and immortal, so he's probably a vampire.
And he just seems to be the goodest Samaritan.
The very goodest Samaritan. Better Samaritan than I could ever be.
100%.
Because I saw someone broke down on the way here, and I was like, man, I'd really like to Keanu Reeves them, but I could be stuck there for a bit.
Yeah. And who knows? It could be a trap.
Yeah.
Who's your next person?
Sorry. I just, yeah. All right. Okay. All right. I want to go with the guy who's in the beginning of his career. You never really hardly saw his face.
Tom Hardy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I am the man who wore the mask. Tom Hardy, of course. He's really good. And
You've merely adopted the darkness.
I was molded by it.
Or if you want to do his Mad Max.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. His Mad Max was like that week. You know, like
I love his thumbs up.
Yeah.
He was honorable mention for sure on my list.
Yeah.
He was one that I had to bump.
I think that he's just so good because when they cover his face up most of the time, you can still like really get his expressions just from his eyes alone. Mm-hmm. And I think one of my favorite movies of all time. He deserved an Oscar over you said Leonardo DiCaprio, didn't you? It was in your list, right? Of your top 5?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see The Revenant?
Nope.
I'll give you Leonardo's lines.
Hold on, I'll be the bear.
Yeah. That was fucking Leonardo the whole time. Mm-hmm. Tom Hardy, he plays this character named Fitzgerald who was attacked by Indians at one point and was scalped.
Is this the by my rights I'm God to you?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I saved your life twice now, boy. Wait, so that makes me God to you.
Yeah.
Yes, he was so good in that. I thought he deserved an Oscar for sure. But he at least he would have to be
supporting actor in that one.
But he didn't get that one either. I don't know who got that one that year, but fuck you, you didn't deserve it.
To be fair, Leo only got that one because they had skipped over him when he deserved it multiple times. He should have got it for Django. Django was the one.
Django, he should have definitely gotten it.
That
for
was
sure.
The most like non-him role he'd ever played.
Yeah, but Wolf of Wall Street though, that was pretty not him in that one too. Like
I don't know,
is he
playing a billionaire who bangs models? I don't know, not much of a stretch.
Right. But anyways, Tom Hardy, and especially in the first time I ever saw him explode on screen was The Dark Knight Rises. And some people had issues with Bane. I loved Bane.
I like that.
I thought Bane was cooler than shit.
I do agree with the hard to understand aspect, especially the first time you watch it. Like once you've seen it multiple times,
you gotta see
pick
it in
up.
theaters.
Yeah. Even then, I was just like, Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
What's this accent he's doing here? But like once you get over the initial shock, like it's totally fine by me.
Mm-hmm. And then Mad Max, he has hardly any lines, and yet I will never see anyone other as Max Rockastancy other than him. Now, like Mel Gibson was okay, but those movies were fucking terrible.
Yeah, well, I think that's just a generational divide at that point.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is. But
he was really good in Bronson.
Mm-hmm.
He's a psychopath in Bronson.
I've never seen that one, but I know what goes down.
Yeah.
Oils himself up and fights naked.
Naked, yeah.
Damn. He's supposed to be playing Al Capone here soon.
That'll be interesting. He has been slated as Sam Fisher for a minute now.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen, but I would love it just because he then brings some sort of like actual name value to Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
Did you ever see Dunkirk?
I didn't. I haven't seen that. My grandma told me it was really disappointing.
So I think that might be one that if you didn't see it in theaters, I don't know if it'll have the same effect just because of the sound system. Like it was very unsettling because you keep hearing the hum of the planes in the background and you're just like, oh, fuck, oh, shit.
Hey,
But he plays a pilot in that and he's just barely in it. But
that's
like
what I've heard.
when he shows up, like you feel his presence, which is odd. Like you're talking about because again, got his face covered. Mm-hmm. But you can. The way he looks around, you're like, yeah, it's Tom Hardy.
Like he's
without ever him talking, you can tell it's him.
Very expressive. And like, there was one role that he's done that I kind of was like, I don't know if this one's for you, buddy, and that is Venom. They tried. He's not a funny guy, and they tried to make him funny. He tried his best.
Well, Venom.
He tried.
Venom was funny.
Venom
but Eddie
himself,
Brock was funny.
Brock was not, especially when he was doing this.
Yeah. I think that was. I could be wrong on this, but I heard or I read some articles that like there was some like not controversy, but some conflict behind like during the productions, and he was wanting to go this route and they were wanting to go this route, and then the studios wanted to go this route, and I think it ended up he just kind of was defeated and he was like, whatever.
He just kind of stuck with I'll do what they want.
Yeah, like I'm contractually obliged.
Yep.
That makes sense though. But yeah, Tom Hardy is definitely someone I'm excited when I see, but I don't know if I would like. I guess I wouldn't put him on my list because I bumped him, but I think for me he's still a hit and miss. Because, like, I could do without Bane and probably be fine. I liked him, but I don't think it was, like, especially, it's not fair to compare it to Heath Ledger's Joker. Like right
to
before
me, I don't compare. That's one thing I've noticed I'm good at. I do not compare. Totally different dude, totally different movie.
Mad Max. But, I mean, I'm more of a Furiosa. Like,
you like Furiosa? Yeah. I liked Max a lot.
I like him, but I would, if he's not in that movie, it's Furiosa's movie anyways.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think I have yet to see them. I mean, other than Bronson, I have yet to see a movie that if he wasn't in it, it wouldn't like be that it just doesn't work.
If he wasn't in it, it just wouldn't work.
Right. I don't think I've seen that movie yet.
Yeah.
Like other people could have played Bane. Other people.
Oh, no one could have played Fitzgerald. No one.
Which, see, I haven't seen that one.
You need to see it.
Yeah.
No one could have played Fitzgerald better than him.
The next one on my list is where I'm gonna cheat.
Okay.
So I couldn't figure out which one of the pair I like better, and I had to just end up doing both of them together. And it's Simon Pegg.
Pair. Okay, so you're doing a duo, ragtag.
It's Simon Pegg and Nick Frost.
Okay.
Right.
Yep. You've talked about them before.
Because I was like, I mean, I'll watch any movie minus.
I think you need to watch Daniel Wu and Nick Frost because they're a duo.
Not even close to the same level. But even on their own though, like other than
Kung
Mission
Fu
Impossible,
kickery. Yeah,
like I'll watch anything.
Simon Pegg's alone in that one.
Yeah, but like I know he's like a secondary character, and I would want to watch it for him, but at the same time, I just don't want to watch 5 movies of Tom Cruise. And then Nick Frost, he is more in the line of kind of what this episode is in vein of to me, where like he will be in movies I don't know he's in, and then he pops up. I'm like, oh, like Tomb Raider. He showed up for a small little cameo and was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So that was with me with Into the Badlands. He just like, because season 1 he's not in it, and then his name's Baji, and Sonny runs into this character named Baji, and I'm like, that's motherfucking Nick Frost. Hell yeah, dude, and he kicks ass in that show.
I do need to finish the rest of that.
He does backflips and front flips and fucking kicks people.
Well, just even you can tell from watching World's End, like he is a very like he's not in
fat
shape,
fit,
but he's very very
like
athletic.
Chris Farley is.
Yeah. Well, I would say even more so. Like
I don't know about that. He's a little. I think it's his age that is slowing him down more than his weight.
I think Chris Farley was. I think he was more effort. Like he would just go full bore, and that's what allowed him to do it. Versus, I think Nick Frost has more like a rugby body,
right?
Like where he is physically powerful and
can tackle a man.
He shows up in I don't know if you ever saw Attack the Block, but that's a great movie. He shows up. He plays a drug dealer in that. That's in it every now and then. Just keeps coming back in. And then obviously you've got Paul, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, World's End, where these two are together. And I think that's the hardest thing is with how many movies they've done. It's hard to see them apart. Like, all the Simon Pegg movies where he's on his own, like How to Lose Friends and Alienate People, or Run Fat Boy Run, or Afraid of It. It's got a really complicated name, but he plays a character that's afraid of like everything.
Oh, I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Like all those movies are good, but I'm like, kind of wish he was here. And then when I see Nick Frost in a lead role, I'm like, I kind of wish Simon Pegg would just pop up. Like just pop up, you know?
Hey, man. It's kind of like Key and Peele, like.
Yeah, but way better.
Together.
But way better.
I don't know. That's up for debate.
The real question is which one of these two is better, Nick Frost or Simon Pegg? Because that's like
I'm gonna go with Nick Frost.
See, I think I want to too. I think I get more happy and excited when I see him now. Which it used to be Simon Pegg, but I think it's the deal is Simon Pegg is so popular that you see him a lot and you get that that
Star Trek. He's in Mission Impossible.
That's another one I don't watch Star Trek because I don't like JJ. I don't like JJ. I just if someone makes an edit without the lens flares, I might watch it. It's one of those like I know it's not right, but I hate it. Like it's a unfounded hate that I have, kind of like how I feel about Michael Cera. Like, I don't have any reason to hate Michael Cera, but I fucking hate Michael Cera.
yeah. I get
Same
you.
deal with
like Cardi B. I have no reason to hate her, but
you
I
just do something about their existence rubs you wrong.
Like you, if I met you in person, I would verbally let you know I don't fucking like you, Cardi B.
And you can't put my finger on why.
Yeah,
it's just
you're good looking,
yeah.
but that's not enough to keep me to fucking or keep you around. Like,
I need to get I got the Simon Pegg pop there. I need to get one of Nick Frost.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
Hardcore.
Who's next on your? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention one more thing. Now I'm not gonna remember the name of it, but I got it on Xbox Video, and it's Simon Pegg plays a teacher at this school, and the school has a bunch of like weird shenanigans going on, and there's a fracking thing going on next door, and Michael Sheen, the guy that
fracking.
You know who Michael Sheen is, right?
Michael Sheen.
He's in Underworld. He plays the
yes, yep.
He's the dean of it, and they're like trying to cover things up, and it kind of gave me an Attack the Block vibe, but those two were in it together there, where Simon Pegg plays a teacher at the school, and then Nick Frost plays like this hippie revoltist who's living out in the woods, who's like trying to stop the fracking thing from happening.
Yeah, okay.
It was one of those things where it was pretty good, but it wasn't like whoa like the rest of their movies, but it was good. I
can't remember what's fracking. It's like digging for oil or something, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
So who's your next pick?
My last and final pick is, did I say Russell Crowe?
Who?
Russell Crowe.
Is that the guy who's fighting all over the world?
And singing songs?
Tugga, don't you die on me.
Don't you die on me.
Dude.
My name is Maximus Aurelius. So good.
You know how we were talking, and this will tie into our last episode, Mortal Kombat. Mm-hmm. Kano. Russell Crowe is Kano. How have we not
see it now? That would be perfect. We should make a video where it's like, okay, who would we want to cast?
Dreamcasting videos wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, Dreamcast. That's what we should call it, Dreamcast. But we have to be careful. We have to put a space in because that.
Fuck it. We'll do Dreamcast. We'll have the fucking logo and the startup sound. and I'll start every video with Sega. But yeah, Russell Crowe. You're getting sued. Russell Crowe is a solid choice.
Yeah, Russell Crowe. You know, when you go from Gladiator, which we're trying to make a sequel for.
No thanks.
But anyways, when you go from Gladiator to
A
Beautiful Mind, that's a different dude. Mm-hmm. That's a totally different guy. The mannerisms and like the study of like doing what he had to do alone, like, and the work he'll put in. Like, you ever heard of Body of Lies?
No.
It's got Leonardo DiCaprio and Russell Crowe in it. And like, Russell Crowe gained like 50 pounds just because he's playing a character that just sits at a desk all day. And he's in the movie maybe 30 minutes.
You know, that bothers me a little bit when people put so much emphasis on actors who are willing to gain and lose weight for a role. And
it's not an easy...
It's dedication. And It's like, that's fine, but I don't know that I would need Russell Crowe to gain 50 pounds.
Yeah.
He could just get doughy and not do his workout for Gladiator, and that would have probably been fine. Like, there's something same with, unless, okay, the only time I would say otherwise is like Christian Bale playing
Batman, and then going into what?
Batman for sure. Well, if they're playing a superhero, they have to bulk up. But I'm talking more like when he played Dick Cheney and he put on a lot of weight.
Yeah, I need to see
because he's
that
playing
movie.
an actual character who has to look like that person. Versus when you have a fictional character, if you're gaining weight, like, it's not necessary.
It's not, but I think their logic behind the weight gain is that he's been a pencil pusher sitting behind a desk.
It's one of those unnecessary method things in my mind.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, where he's like, well, how would he be? If he sits a lot, he's probably fat, so I'm going to go eat a lot of sugary things. I'm going to get into the character.
He's like, he looks at a computer screen a lot, so he's probably got bad eyes. And
yeah,
so he wears glasses.
But what if he looks at the computer screen a lot and he's just doesn't have that body type?
Right. What if he's actually a workout nut after he gets off work?
That'd be more interesting to me. But at the same time, in movie, you have to be kind of a caricature a little bit.
Yeah.
Because he only got 2 hours to tell a story.
Yep. He was really good in Robin Hood. Did you ever see that?
No. I didn't.
It was really good. It's a lot of talking, honestly, but it's still he was really good in that too.
See, now that I'm thinking more about Russell Crowe, I can't think of a whole lot of Russell Crowe movies I have seen, but the ones I have seen, he's good in, and I like him. Like, I never saw Master and Commander in the Seven whatever.
Yeah, that one was good. He was good in that one too. Master Commander of Something of the Seas. Yeah, he was really good in that one too.
I never saw. There was the other one. I never saw Les Mis, which apparently he plays.
The Les Marble one, where they sing and dance. I ain't watching no singing and dancing shit, people.
Why not?
Because I hate it. I hate watching singing and dancing. Like The Lion King, I'm excited for it, but I'm not excited for all the fucking singing. The only song I want to hear, that one, and I'll hear "Can You Feel the Love Tonight."
Well, first of all,
that is the best romance scene in any fucking movie ever. They are lions. And you can see in Nala's eyes, she's giving the fuck me eyes.
Yeah, but you're missing the best song in the entire movie.
No, doesn't get much better than that.
No, it does.
Circle of Life. Yeah,
no,
that's good.
That's another good one, but that's still not it.
Which one?
Be prepared.
Oh, I forgot about Scars.
Yes. I'm amped up for that movie.
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts, dee-dee-dee, all of them standing.
Or about Timon and Pumbaa later, where they're singing, yep.
Yeah.
I think we've divulged away from where we were with Russell Crowe.
Yeah, okay.
What are some of the other movies like he's in that like he just crushes it?
There was one movie, I can't remember what it's called, but his wife gets wrongly accused of something, and he starts scheming to break her out. And he's figuring out, he's looking up on the internet how to break locks and how to how much time you need and all this other things. And he did really good in that as the desperate husband trying to.
Is this similar to the Colin Farrell character kind of, where he's an everyman who's now needs to save his life?
He's kind of been pushed to the limit of what a man does and can take.
And I think that's where he can really strive too, is he can play, not so much anymore I would say, but he can play the action guy, especially Gladiator. But I think
it was 20 years ago.
But A Beautiful Mind I think is his better.
He's much better at things that are not action.
Correct. He just can do action.
And this isn't really an action flick. He doesn't beat up guys, or he just schemes and plots and breaks his wife out of jail.
Right.
Yeah.
So, my number one.
Yeah, what's your
numero
number one?
uno, and this is the only one that is in the proper order on my list.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
Of course.
RDJ.
RDJ. His suit's gold, or his tie's gold. That's interesting.
That's an actual. That's from.
Is that Iron Man?
Yeah, I got a Marvel Unlimited, which is the digital online. You can log in, whatever. Every year they send a little box, and that is what came one year. And I was like, I feel like they know. I feel like they know.
They know me.
Because if I got an Iron Man character, I wouldn't give a fuck. But if I get a Robert Downey Jr. character, I'm like, hell yeah.
Sign me up, dude.
But he is someone that, starting with Iron Man, has grown to be if he's in a movie, I want to see it. I won't always see it. I haven't ever got around to the Sherlock Holmes movies for whatever reason. I know they're good. And I've had this argument with Luke before where he's like, we've watched them together. And I was like, no, we haven't. The only parts I know are from the trailer. And look, I understand they're really good, but this man's kind of prolific. He's got a lot of movies, and then there's a bunch of other movies that come out. But he made me like Iron Man, who I previously hated from reading the comics. I thought he was a fucking douchebag, but he made him so charismatic as a douchebag that they've even started writing him like that in the comic books.
Yeah.
He's great in Chaplin, which is from 1992.
I've never seen that one.
I think he got nominated for an Oscar for it. He's playing Charlie Chaplin, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
He's the only American I can think of, other than Johnny Depp, that is somehow able to get away with a British accent.
Yeah,
he can also do an Australian accent.
Every day that I wake up, I thank my father for being an abusive alcoholic, telling me I was nothing and that he was going to kill me, because it was that exact kind of environment that I find makes great talent.
And he plays a great black man.
Guy. Yeah, he does. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Fuck, you've got hands.
Yeah.
What else is he?
I don't drop the character to the DVD commentary.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He played. That was his actual kind of comeback movie, right before Iron Man. It's him and Val Kilmer, and Val Kilmer is a hitman, and he witnesses or stumbles across the body. He gets entangled in this thing that he shouldn't be a part of.
RDJ does?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's It's a Shane Black movie, and so it's like the dialogue is super funny in it. What else is he in? I've heard Sherlock. He's good in those.
He actually won an Oscar for playing.
Did he?
He did. He won an
Did
Oscar.
he?
Pretty sure.
Did he though? I don't think he did. Not for that.
Yes. He
way.
won a huge award for playing fucking Sherlock.
Maybe
dude.
like a Golden Globe.
Let
or
me
something.
see.
You look it up while I keep jizzing my
keep
pants
going,
over RDJ. I can't remember the name. It's like The Violinist or something like that with Jamie Foxx. I remember watching that and liking that. But he's like one of those people that if I hear he's in a movie, I'm probably going to see that movie at some point. There's very few people that have like the same amount of charisma that he has, as well as acting ability. Because when you've got that actual, like, just yourself charisma personality, a lot of people tend to just play that, versus he can go these different routes and play these more silly characters or these or embody like a whole another person, like he does with Chaplin, which I think is so fucking good.
Right. Yeah.
Plus his personal story is amazing too, like going like rising up, getting into the shit with drugs and like going to jail and then coming back and getting bigger than ever to being like the biggest movie star in the world, like from the Marvel deal. And he was such
he's a fucking shark when it comes to those deals. Did you know
so
that?
Good. Yeah, he was like, hey, look, you pay me less for this Iron Man movie, but I want to cut of every Marvel movie ever afterwards.
Yeah.
It's like, this dude is set.
Yeah.
And then let's like, not only is he great in like the first Iron Man movie, but he's played Iron Man so many times without it becoming like the Captain Jack Sparrow situation where he becomes a parody of himself. Like he continually evolves with that character to the point where you're with him for the whole time until.
See, I'm still over here like I want a redo of Iron Man 3, but I want it to be Iron Man 4, but the actual Mandarin, and they're not. Yeah. That's not even gonna happen now, and that's what bums me out the most.
Yeah.
So we're not. I wanted an Iron Man 4. And then that I was okay with being done.
But the closure that his character got, like you can never go back to it because it'll ruin that closure.
Gone.
Yeah,
it's done. It's over.
Which is so rare that you get something like that in movies. Yeah. And you know what? Captain America's closure was great for me too.
Yes, it was.
I mean, he's still alive, but it's an equal amount.
Yeah,
he got that fucking dance.
Yeah, he did. Oh, by the way, he won a Golden fucking Globe for Sherlock.
That's what I said.
You did?
Yeah, I said it wasn't an Oscar, but it could be a Globe.
Okay, yeah.
Because that is also a big deal.
Yeah, he did. He won a Globe.
What else? Is this all this stuff?
Yeah.
Up here?
So we've got. We've got.
Just go to his filmography.
BAFTA awards. We've got Chaplin. He won a BAFTA award for Chaplin.
That's like the British Film Academy or something.
He was nominated for several different things for Tropic Thunder.
Which he deserves.
Yeah, dude, Academy Award nominated.
Just go straight to his actual filmography. Let's just scroll through that.
This is all of his awards, bud.
Here. He's got. That's how good he is. He's got his own page just for his awards.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my God.
So we have to go to IMDb here to really get his. See, this is what we should have done with all the actors, honestly.
It probably would have made more sense, but hey, we're still on like episode 5 at this point, I think.
5, yeah.
We
have a legion of fans by now. By the way,
the millions.
Just let me take over.
I need to see this here. So
how many credits does he have?
So the Judge, who was good, and I forgot about the Judge.
I never saw that one.
Let's see, Sherlock Holmes. Due Date, he was okay in.
Due Date, he was good.
It was pretty good. The Soloist is the movie I was thinking of with Jamie Foxx. I think it's a cello actually. Charlie Bartlett, he plays the Dean. He was good in that one. There's one in here. Zodiac is the one I was.
Yeah, he was. He was like an asshole that got cancer by the end of the movie. Have you seen Zodiac?
Yeah, I've seen Zodiac many times.
Okay, yeah.
At that scene where he's underneath the floorboards and it's creaking above, I was just like, oh fuck, he's in there with you. Mm-hmm. Scanner Darkly. A Guide to Recognizing Your Saints is a pretty good movie. It's him, Channing Tatum's in it, and then Shia LaBeouf, and he plays the older version of Shia LaBeouf, where he's like talking about back in the 70s when he was a teenager, and like Channing Tatum like kills this guy, and it's like Brooklyn and all this shit happens. That was a pretty good one. And then you're getting back Gothica, whatever. Ally McBeal. And then, now at this point I'm in kind of his downswing afterwards. Natural Born Killers.
I've heard that one was good.
There's Chaplin, and then we're getting back into like before he was famous and all that stuff. But everything he's done that I've seen him in, Weird Science, all gold. Great. What a just overall great guy. Mm-hmm. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that concludes our broadcast day, dude.
That was crazy. that was our top 5 picks of favorite actors.
Yeah,
not best.
Not
That'll be
best.
another
No,
list.
no.
Although I think there will probably
that's
be a
gonna be
little
hard.
crossover. I would think
Meryl Streep will be on that list.
actors, because I want to also have
actors
actress.
and actresses. Yeah, that's right. We're doing that difference. I forgot.
Because I mean,
I see.
ideally it's the same thing, but in terms of a list, that lets us do 2 different ones.
Yeah.
And then we could do an overall like together, but that would be really fucking tough.
Yeah, I don't want to do all that
Yeah,
shit.
because I
That's
mean,
just-
it's like who do I kick off, Meryl Streep or Kate Blanchett? Like,
yeah, right. I freaking love me some Kate Blanchett, man.
So thanks to the millions for tuning in. And I know you're all still with us.
Yeah, yeah. And we figured this was a really highly suggested topic too.
Yeah, everyone was clamoring for it. Like
Yeah.
my inbox was just flooded.
We're gonna do that thing in the beginning of the video where it shows all the comments of what people are saying.
Definitely gonna remember to do that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Hopefully it doesn't just get cut out by YouTube on their own.
Yeah, like why would YouTube? They've been real jerks lately.
Yeah.
That freaking algorithm, man.
So thanks for hanging around. We'll see you next time when we discuss another top 5 list.
Did we high five?
We didn't agree on anything.
We did.
Well, we agreed, but we didn't have the same picks on anything.
Oh, all right.
No
fine.
crossover.
Damn. There's
No worlds
high five this
collide. No
episode.
high fives.
No high fives.